The COVID economy has changed how your prospects decide what to buy, when to buy, and who to buy from, and things will never go back to the old way. The only question is, will you adapt and prosper, or risk everything and die online? Don't be left behind. The choice is yours. Warning: the contents of this presentation may jolt you. Dear friend and fellow business owner, right now, as you listen to these words, through no fault of your own, your revenue, cash flow, peace of mind, and whether or not your business will even survive for another year are all at risk. How you respond to the facts revealed in this presentation will set your future into motion. Your response will determine whether your next 12 months are a happy, high-profit event you're proud of, or a nightmare business-killing train wreck of a year you didn't believe could happen to you, and it's too late to undo. Besides claiming over 1 million lives worldwide so far, the COVID pandemic has sounded the death knell for over 100,000 businesses in the U.S. alone. Prosperous businesses that were doing well pre-COVID, now, well, they're simply gone. It's game over. That's bad enough, but what worries me most is not what has happened. What's past is past. What worries me most is COVID has changed everything, and failing to adapt to those changes will destroy far more good businesses over the next year than have been wiped away by the pandemic so far to date. Like a tornado that sprang out of nowhere, COVID landed you smack dab in the middle of a new business environment with new rules. Rules unknown to most business owners, unfamiliar to most marketing professionals, and unable to be implemented by all but a select few. Fail to understand these rules, and everything will just get harder. Fail to implement them effectively in your marketing, and like so many others, you risk suffering the humiliation of seeing everything you've worked for your entire business life slip away. This is maddening. It's frustrating. Why should anyone, especially you who've paid your dues, made sacrifices, worked while others played, and by sheer will and wits prospered while others failed, have to endure this? Worse yet, at what should be the height of your earning power, maybe for the first time in your career, you feel impotent, powerless, maybe even clueless about how to turn this around and get back on top of your game. This is the last thing you need in your life. It's a tough pill to swallow, but facts are facts. Everything is at risk. If you expect your Pixel estate, which includes your website, funnels, landing pages, sales letters, blogs, and all your marketing assets, both on and offline, to benefit you in any way through the end of COVID and beyond, this is the most important presentation you may ever see. And that's why at the end of this presentation, after you see the facts for yourself, and if you qualify, you're going to be invited to join Pardiv Shah on a call where he will share how he's helped a handful of Fortune 500 companies in a similar situation after the World Trade Center bombings. During that extremely challenging time, Pardiv helped his clients produce hundreds of millions of dollars in sales in a matter of months. And he did that while competitors were dropping like flies because they didn't know what to do in the post-9/11 environment. More importantly, on your call with Pardiv, he will share a number of things that you can do immediately, with or without his help, to stop the bleeding, attract excellent prospects for your premium product or service, and get them to contact you with questions answered, objections handled, and essentially ready to do business. The more people who understand this, the better. Here's what you need to know. COVID has changed how people willing to spend money in this post-COVID economy use the web to decide what to buy, when to buy, and who to buy from. These changes affect every business, including yours, and that goes double for every business that sells a premium product or high-dollar business or professional service. According to a joint research study conducted by the University of Illinois, Harvard Business School, Harvard University, and the University of Chicago, quote, over 100,000 small businesses are gone forever, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's Analytics, predicts, quote, well over 1 million micro firms with fewer than 10 employees will ultimately fail, close quote. And Pew Research Center reports, quote, unemployment rose higher in 3 months of COVID-19 than it did in 2 years of the Great Depression. Over 36 million people gainfully employed before the corona pandemic decimated the U.S. economy are presently out of work, source the New York Times. To help you appreciate the magnitude of what's happening, the 36 million people, the newly out of work in America, unemployed with no income and no ability to buy anything beyond necessities, is more than the entire population of Canada. Bottom line, small businesses are still dropping like flies, and it's going to get worse. Millions are out of work, struggling just to keep food on the table. The pool of people with enough money to buy any non-essential big-ticket product or service is smaller now than at any time since the 2008 recession, and shrinking by the minute. And that's just half the problem. Far fewer people have disposable income for anything from elective dental, legal, chiropractic, and medical services to business services and premium products. And people who can afford to buy what they want are more reluctant than ever to spend money. And there's more. Besides blowing a hole in the U.S. economy, skyrocketing unemployment, and shrinking the pool of possible buyers for virtually everything, the COVID pandemic has radically changed how everyone, including your prospects, make buying decisions. What worked in the past does not work nearly as well today. Companies that stick with pre-COVID style marketing and fail to adapt will never recover. It's a harsh new world. What's changed? Before COVID decimated discretionary spending nationwide, most businesses competing in the same niche had one thing in common. The entire focus of their website, sales letters, email funnels, and so on was the same, all about the company and the product. From a consumer's point of view, product-centric and company-centric sales messages are all the same, graphically attractive, technically functional, with a strikingly similar message. These kinds of messages on websites and sales letters or wherever they're found are all about the company and the product. They hit none of the hot-button issues a good prospect would find engaging and are riddled with meaningless, self-serving statements everyone ignores. We value our clients. We put you first. We are committed to excellence. Comments any business could make, from a company selling toilets to a dentist selling a $40,000 full mouth restoration package. Most websites offering similar products or high-dollar businesses or professional services are so much alike in terms of look, feel, and core sales message, except for the name and logo, any company's online presence is virtually interchangeable with any other company's online presence in the same niche. Most sites in every niche, including yours, are so similar, if you check it out, you'll start humming the song Little Boxes with the lyric, "They're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same." The consequences of your pixel estate, which includes every word of copy a prospect might see, including websites, funnels, landing pages, sales letters, blogs, and all your marketing assets, the consequence of those looking and sounding about like everyone else's in your niche include 1. Price becomes the only distinguishing factor, and 2, if nothing clearly distinguishes you from competitors, and competitors' products or services appear so similar, it all comes down to price. Instead of being seen as a trusted authority who can solve a problem your prospects desperately want to solve, they see you as just another look-alike company. So why not go with the cheapest? How is this possible? How can web assets in the same niche be so similar they are practically interchangeable? The answer is simple. With few exceptions, tech wizards and graphic designers build websites, load pre-built templates that all look about the same, with minimal templated fill-in-the-blank copy that's all about the company or the product, like a nice online brochure. The process is so common most business owners don't even question it. But the fact that many people accept a flawed process as the norm doesn't solve any of the problems this kind of flawed process, or anything even remotely like it, creates. Here's what's real. Tech experts are great at coding. They make bells and whistles work. Graphic designers make pixel assets like websites, funnels, landing pages, and blogs visually appealing, usually by loading them up with stunning high-resolution photos, the kind you see in slick full-color brochures, the kind nobody reads. Most pixel estates, including all the online assets, are designed and built and have copy provided by people who have never sold anything in their lives other than perhaps their own professional services. Tech wizards make things functional. Without them, nothing works. Graphic experts make things visually appealing. Without them, you look amateurish at best. These experts play an important role. But what about words that sell? What about content that gets attention, holds attention, and compels action? Which wizard creates compelling content to engage your prospects' interest, draw them into your site, and get them excited about doing business with you? The tech guy? Who creates the content that makes your site about something the customer cares about, instead of all about the company or all about the product or how long you've been in business? Who does that for you? The graphics expert? Who describes the problem in such detail your prospects know for a fact you understand them? Who makes your story so compelling your prospects come to see you as the ultimate authority, the one they want to do business with? Who crafts sales arguments so persuasive they compel a response? Who weaves those arguments seamlessly throughout your website, landing pages, and blogs so you become the clear choice for any real prospect and price becomes irrelevant? Who does all that for you? Who crafts the messages that determines if your prospects respond when they find you online or click away in a few seconds, never to return? In most cases, the answer is no one. At least no one with the kind of skill and expertise it takes to capture a prospect's attention, engage their interest, and convert a looker into a buyer. The content of most businesses' entire pixel estate is all about the company or the product. And while that plays a role, it has nothing to do with getting your prospect's attention, holding their attention, and selling your product or service. This is why most sites and most niches are the same, visually appealing with lots of information about the company and the product, but not engaging, not persuasive, and not compelling enough to get a response, which begs the question, why choose you? Over 6 short months, COVID changed the way people decide what they buy, when they buy, and who they will buy from. Before COVID struck, people had money and were willing to spend it. The economy was booming. Unemployment was low. In general, people were optimistic and open to checking out a product, service, or company they were unfamiliar with. Now, because of COVID, optimism is gone. Businesses are struggling. Unemployment, well, it's sky high. Fewer people have money, and those with money are reluctant to spend it on anything that does not solve a problem that is causing them pain today or may cause them pain in the future. Simply put, your prospects are problem-focused, not solution-focused. Talk to them about a problem they have or are at risk of having, and you get their attention. Start with anything else, like how long you've been in business or how great your company is, or even details on how your product or service works, and you lose them fast. This is not speculation. This is human nature. You care about what's important to you. Your time is valuable. You think about your business, your family, your health, your finances, goals you want to achieve, risks you want to avoid, things you want to have, things you want to do, and anything that may affect your life or the life of a loved one. Your prospects are the same. So, how do you get attention fast? If you want someone's attention, talk about what's on their mind. Anything else feels like an intrusion, an interruption, something they just don't have time for. If you have a problem, a hurt back, a bum knee, low energy, bad teeth, a rocky marriage, a job you hate, not enough money for retirement, slow sales, high cost of advertising, and so on, and that problem is causing you pain, that pain is on your mind. Marketers who addressed their prospect's pain and built rapport by entering the conversation going on in the prospect's mind sold circles around competitors who didn't know or didn't know how in every niche long before COVID struck. COVID is important because practically overnight, COVID changed the national mood from optimism to pessimism, from consumption to conservation. Not now is the national mantra for buying anything that's not a necessity. And since everyone considers getting out of pain, physical, emotional, or financial, and getting out of harm's way a necessity, if you want to sell something, the key is to lead with the problem your product solves and the pain it relieves before talking about the solution. Do this well, and people with the problem and the pain will pay attention. COVID greatly accelerated the need for you to figure this out, because in today's world, if you fail to get your prospects' attention fast, they will not engage in your content and will be gone in seconds, another lead wasted. Response to email marketing, SEO, and paid advertising slowed before COVID arrived. Those in the know people had stopped responding to anything that did not pique their interest. Like it or not, if your marketing fails to get your prospects' attention and engage their interest on an emotional level, most of your marketing dollars are wasted. Now, with an uncertain future and a reluctance to spend money, the most effective way to get and hold your prospects' attention is see the world through your prospects' eyes. Understand the problem not having what you sell causes them. Understand the pain that problem creates. Then, craft content that makes it clear you understand their situation. You know because you've been there. You solved the problem, and you have a solution that may work as well for them as it has for others. This process is critical because unless your prospect identifies with the problem your widget solves, the solution doesn't matter. If you can't spell out the problem your prospect identifies with and describe the pain it causes, they will never buy your solution because they will never believe you truly understand their situation. The consequences of not engaging your prospects on this level are devastating. Your marketing is weak, not nearly as effective as it could be, which means you waste much of your hard-earned money you invest in marketing. No one consumes your online content. For all the good it does, the information about your company and your product may as well not be there. Your SEO effort is wasted because people who show up don't engage. Your paid advertising drains your bank account and delivers a puny return because without engagement, it doesn't matter how many people show up. Your marketing helps your competitors more than it helps you, because when a prospect fails to engage in your content, they just move on until they find something more compelling. Your marketing costs skyrocket. Cost per lead soars. Cost per sales may double or triple. You spend more and work harder to earn less with no fix in sight. Sales decline, cash flow's a problem, profits vanish, you feel like the ship is sinking. Stress and worry may consume you. Your attitude sours, your smile disappears, your temper grows short, you feel alone and isolated, and you begin to wonder if maybe your best days are past. Every business owner experiences a few of these items at some point. It's shocking today how many entrepreneurs and professionals with good businesses and a long track record of success have made it all the way through this list and have not recovered since COVID struck. How much of this applies to you? Are you concerned with your current situation? Is your business growing the way you planned? Are you reaching your goals? Is the financial future you imagined when you started your business on track? Or have things gone sideways, and now if you don't pick up the pace, you may never reach your goals? Do you have a good product or service that solves a real problem, but no matter what you do or how much you spend to reach good prospects, it seems like no one's paying attention? Has the marketing that worked well enough for you pre-COVID slowed to a crawl? Do you wish finding good prospects was easier? Do you wish selling was easier? Do you wish your marketing was strong enough that people would consume your content and then just contact you with their questions answered and their objections handled and essentially ready to do business? Are you frustrated because costs are high, sales are slow, nothing you try to solve the problem works all that well, and you wish you could just find a solution that works? If you have any of these concerns, there's good news. It doesn't have to be that way. There is an actionable solution to increase prospect engagement practically overnight and transform your pixel estate, websites, funnels, landing pages, blogs, and so on, into an income-producing asset you can rely on. In just a minute, I'll share details on how to make that transformation and begin enjoying the benefits. But first, let me tell you a little bit about Partiv Shah. Partiv Shah is president of eLaunchers.com, one of the top digital marketing agencies in the country. eLaunchers enables business owners and professionals who sell premium product and big-ticket business or professional services to get maximum benefit out of every dollar they spend to build their businesses. The niches eLaunchers serves include all big-ticket business and professional services, including dentistry, legal, financial, chiropractic, alternative medicine, cybersecurity, coaching and training, securing investors for exempt Reg D offers, and more. Since 1989, Partiv Shah has worked with thousands of business owners, handled over 10,000 direct response marketing projects, and mailed over 1 billion pieces of direct mail on their behalf. During that time, Shah developed and implemented direct marketing campaigns on and offline that have generated hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue for clients ranging from small professional practices to Fortune 500 companies. Partiv's first goal with a client is to determine who buys from you, why they buy, and what they must believe before they'll buy from you. With this information, eLaunchers builds systems to reach your ideal prospect, engage their attention, and get them to take the next step, resulting in more sales, more cash flow, a great ROI on your marketing, and an impressive bottom line. These are not idle words. Partiv is a data scientist who possesses a superpower that gives you a tremendous edge. Partiv never guesses who your ideal prospects are. He never guesses why they buy, and never guesses where to find them. The result, every communication eLauncher sends on or offline goes to a virtual clone of your best customers or clients, the ones who pay, stay, and refer. Partiv can unleash the power of data in your business. Imagine the kind of explosive growth that you'd enjoy if every marketing message you send, online or off, reaches people ideal for your premium product or service with a persuasive message. Get a strong message in front of ideal prospects and more people engage. More respond and more buy. Nothing will grow a business faster. As a data scientist with a reputation for making clients money, a Fortune 500 company engaged Partiv to develop a process to identify the best possible prospects for their products and services. And he did. Here's the story. The World Trade Center bombing is a dark spot in our history, a horrific event that shocked everyone and brought businesses and commerce to a screeching halt. Much like the COVID pandemic, this paralyzed the nation. Planes were grounded. People were scared. Discretionary spending evaporated. It hit the economy like an atomic bomb. Overnight, hundreds of thousands of businesses, large and small, were tossed headfirst into a nightmare scenario many would not survive. A business disruption resulting in higher cost, fewer sales, and consumers reluctant to spend money on anything but necessities. No business can survive these conditions for very long. And it wasn't long before companies run by people who understood the seriousness of the problem began to act. A Fortune 500 company hit the panic button. Being familiar with Partiv Shah's reputation as a data scientist, capable of solving marketing problems most couldn't even guess how to solve, they engaged Shah to find a way to cut marketing costs and simultaneously increase sales. In other words, spend less and earn more. Cut cost and increase sales. Do more business with a lower marketing budget. Besides improving efficiency and cutting unnecessary cost, the best way to spend less and earn more is find better prospects and deliver a stronger, more engaging message that gets attention and compels a response. To find those ideal prospects, Shah developed the proprietary Prism research method. And the results? Well, frankly, they were spectacular. A number of Shah's Fortune 500 and Global 500 clients, including BMW, Volvo, CVS, Gillette, and Reebok, launched new post-9/11 marketing campaigns based entirely on Shah's Prism list research that generated hundreds of millions of dollars in sales in about 1 year. Results this good don't stay under wraps for long. Word got out, and soon companies of all sizes and descriptions were waiting in line for Partiv Shah to implement Prism research for them. Prism research gives you an unprecedented advantage in the marketplace. It gives you the ability to reach out across a community, city, state, or nation with laser-like accuracy and identify people ideal to benefit from your premium product or service. With that advantage, you have no limits. You can reach ideal prospects at will. You can grow as fast as you like. You can double your business and double it again if that's what you want. How can you benefit from the same process Fortune 500 companies still use today to identify people ideal for their premium products and services? eLaunchers clients benefit from the same Prism research method these companies who still use Prism research method today paid a fortune for Partiv Shah to create. Using Prism, eLaunchers identifies the 20% of your customers responsible for 80% of your sales revenue over the last year. These are your very best customers or clients, the ones you wish everyone was like. And yes, one way or another, the 80-20 rule always applies. Next, Shah creates a data-driven avatar of exactly who these ideal prospects are. He goes well beyond the obvious. Data fields that may be considered include age, sex, income, homeowner, value of home, type of automobile, credit score, American Express card holder, real estate investor, stock market investor, zip code, magazine and newspaper subscriptions, and much more. Then, using prestigious data sources, including MasterCard Analytics, Standard Rate and Data Service, Dun & Bradstreet, Reference USA, Axiom, Equifax, Experian, and others, Shah's team locates your ideal prospects both online and offline and implements custom marketing campaigns complete with automated follow-up and long-term nurture that generates a robust stream of excellent prospects who, depending on the impact of your content, are pulled into your copy where they become convinced you are right for them. Prism solves one of the biggest problems you'll ever face in business, finding an unlimited number of prospects ideal for your premium product or service. But it takes more than a good prospect to make a sale. Finding great prospects is step one. Without conversion, you have nothing. Once you find a great prospect, the sale and your business will live or die based on the strength of your marketing message in whatever form it's found. Sales letters, website copy, emails, funnels, landing pages, video, blogs, special reports, white papers, and so on. If your message fails to engage your prospects, if your copy fails to draw your prospects into your world so they can discover why you are different, how you can help, and why your solution is superior, they'll be gone in seconds and all your effort is wasted. Prism makes finding great prospects easy, but that's only half the battle. Once you find them, you have to get their attention, hold their interest, and convert the looker who reads your message into a buyer who becomes a raving fan and gives you referrals. That's the goal. But all too often, the letter, website, email, or blog article the client provides is weak, lackluster, not engaging, all about the company or the product, with no hot-button issues that would draw a good prospect into the copy and compel a response. As an agency owner, Shaw struggled with this problem. This was simply not acceptable. A chain is as strong as its weakest link, and eLaunchers' goal is to make their clients a fortune. Putting good prospects in front of weak copy that fails to engage is a losing proposition. It costs you money, it poisons the well, it gets the prospects to write you off in their mind. Even worse, it primes that prospect to keep looking until they find something more engaging, no doubt on a competitor's site. There's nothing like funding the competition. This was a problem that had to be solved. Shaw needed a strategy to measure the persuasive impact of a client's sales letters, emails, web copy, blog, and so on before they invest in new lead generation. That way, if the copy is not engaging, if it misses the mark, it can be replaced with strong copy that engages the prospect. In short, Partiv wanted a reliable process to identify hot-button issues that grab a prospect's attention and pulls them into the content, like a tractor beam on the Starship Enterprise. With this information, the writer has what they need to write compelling copy that holds a prospect's interest, so they consume your message and take the next step, whatever it may be. Set an appointment, watch a video, download a report, request more information, or just buy your widget. After a few false starts and spending a small fortune on trying to solve the problem, Partiv discovered the tool and developed the process that accomplishes all of this and more. It's called the Prism Why People Buy Discovery Process. With this unique process, Shaw can determine the gains your prospects want to achieve, the pains they want to avoid, and the jobs that need to be done for them. Next, he examines your value proposition and analyzes your products and services through the lens of how they create gain and/or relieve pain, and how they do the jobs that need to be done for the prospect to get what they want. When your value proposition matches your prospect's gains to achieve, pains to avoid, and jobs that need to be done, there is a fit, and you will have uncovered the hot-button issues that get and hold a good prospect's attention. This was the missing piece. With hot-button issues that are all about the prospect spelled out, the copywriter has the firepower it takes to write strong, engaging copy that gets and holds attention. Copy that rises to this level draws good prospects into your world. The wizards of marketing, sales, and persuasion agree. If you want to persuade someone to do something, like take a serious look at your product or service, you must understand what your prospect wants, which is never a product or service. Understand the problem they face and the pain it causes, including why they have the problem, why most solutions fail, and why yours is different. And then craft content that pushes those buttons, pulls your prospects into your world, and demonstrates you understand their problem and have a solution that may work well for them as it has for others. This is how you enter the conversation in your prospect's mind. And when you enter that conversation with this level of understanding, you earn your prospect's attention. They see you as an authority and are happy you arrived in their life. The Prism research method identifies your ideal prospects, people who are virtual clones of your best customers or clients, the ones who pay, stay, and refer, the ones you wish everyone was like. And the Prism Why People Buy Discovery process nails down the problems, the pain, and the emotions your prospects experience, identifies the gains they want and the jobs to be done for them to avoid the pain and enjoy the gain, and details how your product solves the problem, eliminates the pain, and gives the customer the gains they want. Arm a copywriter with this information, and they have what they need to write compelling copy that pulls prospects into your world and gets a response. Together, these unique processes give you the firepower to transform your pixel estate, which includes every word of copy a prospect may read online or offline, into an active, income-producing asset that drives growth and gives you maximum return on every dollar you invest to build your business. These tools take the guesswork out of growing your business. Together, they skyrocket the probability of your marketing campaigns being a huge success and delivering an excellent ROI. Put great leads in front of customer-centric content and good things happen. Replace weak product-centric copy with strong customer-centric messaging, and the probability of your marketing message getting and holding a good prospect's attention, especially in troubled times, soars. A strong message loaded with hot-button issues on problems and pain your prospect is dealing with demands attention. With stronger copy and better engagement, your return on SEO, paid advertising, online and offline promotions, and so on will improve. Putting great prospects in front of compelling content will bring you more sales, lower marketing costs, higher profit, and jealous competitors. With strong sales and cash flowing into your business like a river after a huge rain, your attitude will improve, you'll smile more, and instead of feeling like your day has come and gone, you'll feel like you're just getting started and the best is yet to come. Why am I sharing this with you? Simple. Pardiv Shah holds a belief that dates back to the French Revolution and was popularized in modern times by the late great Stan Lee through his character Peter Parker. With great power comes great responsibility. The COVID pandemic has ended lives, killed dreams, and put millions out of work. COVID has changed the way people buy. The old way is gone, never to return. As upsetting as this may be, and as angry as it may make you, without adapting to what works now and making changes to your marketing copy wherever it's found, online or offline, you risk becoming a statistic instead of a wealthy business owner who does what it takes to survive and prosper beyond all expectation. Fortunately for you, your employees, your family, and your future customers or clients, it's not too late. There is a fix, and it's not as difficult as you may imagine. You still have a choice. You can adapt, upgrade your sales message, and prosper, perhaps more than ever. Alternatively, you are free to struggle with rising costs and suffer with weak sales until things get so bad you just give up and become further proof of what Charles Darwin said in The Origin of Species in 1859. Species that fail to adapt to a changing environment die. With Shah's level of knowledge and his experience in solving these kinds of problems and the insight he can share with you, you can adapt and march confidently into your most profitable years ever. Without that knowledge, the same knowledge Shah uses to generate hundreds of millions of dollars in sales for clients through his company eLaunchers, the risk is your neck may be on the chopping block. Bottom line, eLaunchers can help, and Pardiv Shah is happy to do so. And that's why, for business owners who qualify, Shah has opened a limited number of slots in his schedule each week to discuss this. Questions you are sure to have may include, will stronger copy give you a sustainable sales boost? Who writes the copy once the why people buy discovery process is complete? Will the upgraded copy work in customer reactivation campaigns? What about email sequences and funnels? What about sales letters, blog articles, and special reports? Do I have to start over with copy, or can I solve the problem by adding a few key pages that connect with my prospects and make my site more engaging? Will changing from company-centric to customer-centric copy that details the problem and the pain prospects experience bring my pixel estate in line with what people respond to today? How does focusing on the problem and the pain increase engagement? Don't people want to know about the company and the product before they buy? Do emotional hot buttons really matter all that much? Can the Prism research method locate leads in any geographical area? How does this process transform my pixel estate, my web presence, email sequences, funnels, blogs, and so on, into a dependable income-producing asset? Can I do this without you? Or do I have to hire you to get the results I want? If I decide I want eLaunchers to implement a growth master plan for my company, how much does it cost? When can we start? What's included? How long does it take? Is there a guarantee? How do I get these answers? What's the next step? Well, the next step couldn't be simpler. You just pick up the telephone and call, or go online to schedule an initial growth master plan discovery call. The call takes about 20 minutes. Pardiv sees this as so important that he's arranged things so he can take a limited number of these calls each week and spend the time necessary to answer your questions and develop a plan you can follow, with or without eLaunchers' help, to prosper in these challenging times. During the call, you and Shah will spend a few minutes getting to know each other. Then, he'll answer your questions and ask a few of his own to determine your most pressing needs. If there's a fit between your primary growth needs and how eLaunchers can help, the next step is to schedule 2 one-hour growth strategy sessions to develop a growth master plan for your business. This sounds like a tall order, and maybe it is. Even so, it'll get done. You'll stay on track, and Shah guarantees you'll find the process enjoyable and extremely valuable. There's no cost, charge, or obligation of any sort for the growth strategy sessions or the growth master plan that comes out of those sessions. What happens on call 1? Your first 1-hour growth planning session is all about strategy. Shaw examines your business economics, including where you stand in terms of total revenue, profit per transaction, and a great deal more, and evaluates your process for attracting new business, your sales process once a new lead arrives, the lifetime value of a customer or client, and a great deal more. Next, he examines your value proposition and analyzes your products and services through the lens of how they create gain and/or relieve pain, and will determine how well that lines up with the gains your prospects want to achieve and the pains they want to avoid. In that process, you'll uncover hot-button issues that will get and hold a prospect's attention, and Shaw will determine if they are present in your marketing and how effective they are used in your current pixel estate. Next, you'll work together to determine where you are, your current state, in terms of sales and profit in your business. Then, you decide where you want to be, your goal state. This is critical information that will be used to develop the success blueprint that will guide you step by step for steady growth and higher profit. Next, you'll work out how much incremental growth you need quarter by quarter to reach your growth goal on schedule. Shaw will evaluate your conversion rate, turning lookers into buyers, and together you will determine how many new leads you need quarterly, monthly, and weekly to reach your sales goal. Then you'll share with Shaw your plan as you currently see it to reach your goal, and that's a wrap for the first hour. This is a lot to accomplish in an hour, but with the process Shaw has developed, an hour is all it takes to get the answers needed for a highly productive second call. On the second call, typically the next day, Shaw will work with you and develop a master growth plan to take your business forward and reach your target goals. During your second 1-hour growth planning session, you and Partiv will evaluate different strategies to accelerate your growth. He'll go over each one of them with you, evaluate the ease of each possible solution, the impact each solution may have on your business, and the probability of success of each solution under consideration. Then, together, you will choose the growth strategy or strategies best suited for your situation. Next, Shaw will work with you to develop a quarterly tactical operation plan, or QTOP. The outcome of this process is a step-by-step activity plan to reach your goals using the chosen strategy. This operational plan becomes your roadmap for accelerated growth. Next, Shaw will review with you the project planning tools they use at eLaunchers to oversee a project, keep track of weekly activities, and make certain the things that are supposed to happen do happen on time, on budget, and on scope. Next, you'll see case studies and examples of what eLaunchers has done for clients in similar situations, and Shaw will discuss the results they experienced. Finally, toward the end of the second hour, you'll discuss where to go from here, your next steps to reach your goal, and whether or not eLaunchers is a good fit to help you grow, and what happens if so. What kind of outcomes can you expect by putting your business under this kind of fact-finding, goal-setting, problem-solving microscope? Here are a few. You'll have a clear picture of the business economics, cost per lead, cost per sale, your current revenue versus your desired revenue, the lifetime value of a new customer or client, how many leads and sales you need to make up the difference, and more. You'll understand your value proposition in terms of the problems your customers experience and the pain they want to avoid. And you will have a list of hot-button issues that will get and hold a good prospect's attention, and in many cases, get the desired response. You will have extreme clarity on where you are in your business today and where you want to be in the time frame of your choosing. You'll have a quarterly tactical operational plan and spreadsheet detailing the most powerful steps you can take to move from your current state to your goal state with the highest predictable degree of success. You'll know the best project management tools available, all of which are accessible to you whether or not you work with eLaunchers. You will know from case studies exactly how well the growth strategy you believe is best for you worked for others in a similar situation, and by the end of the second call, you will know if you would like eLaunchers to drive the process forward for you by implementing the plan that has been developed. If it turns out working with eLaunchers is right for you, Partiv will discuss the details. If not, you still will have had a rewarding time working on your business, you'll have gained valuable insights that you can apply right away, and if now is not the time to work with eLaunchers, perhaps you'll work together sometime in the future. Either way, this will be time well spent. Is this your best course of action? Is making the call and investing 2 hours of work on your business right for you? Let's hear what Charles Darwin has to say about that. A short summary of Darwin's theory Survival of the Fittest. Species best suited to their environment tend to survive and prosper, while others less suited struggle and fail. Said another way, species that fail to adapt to a changing environment go extinct. They die out, pass away, and cease to exist, while species that successfully adapt prevail and prosper. The environment you do business in has changed. Your prospects' priorities have changed. How your prospects decide who they will do business with has changed. The kind of messages your prospects respond to have changed. And your competitors, the ones that have not died out and are determined to prevail, are working overtime to figure out those changes and adapt so they can have their best years ever going forward and grab customers or clients who may have easily been yours if only you had adapted first. Survival of the Fittest is alive and well. You accepting Partive's offer and allowing him to lead you through the free growth planning process, which is typically reserved for clients who pay thousands of dollars to get started, may be the most significant, most valuable thing you can do to adapt and prosper going forward. The 2 hours of time you invest going through this process will give you an advantage most business owners, including your competitors, simply don't have. You'll have a roadmap to follow, a strategic plan to optimize everything and sell more of your premium product or service starting right away. You'll have a perfect understanding of what's working now. You'll know how to achieve fail-safe implementation, and it won't cost you a dime. That about wraps it up, except to say, with prospects ideal for your premium product or service, strong copy, a well-thought-out growth plan, and the ability to implement, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. This is the holy grail of direct response marketing, and this is what your growth planning session is all about. Developing a plan to implement these elements in your business, finding an endless supply of ideal prospects for your premium product or service, developing a compelling message prospects will respond to, detailed insight on how to achieve fail-safe implementation, and more. This is what every business needs, but few have. This is the secret sauce that can put you on track for enjoying your most profitable years ever going forward. Partive hopes you will decide making this call is the right thing for you. To schedule your 20-minute discovery call, simply phone 301-760-3953, or you can schedule online at www.getgrowthmasterplan.com and pick a time convenient to your schedule. Partive can't wait to speak with you and is looking forward to spending time together. Oh, and one more thing. If this is right for you, and if you want to schedule a call, now's the right time. Partive is delighted to spend this time with you. He's delighted to set the time aside. He's delighted to answer your questions, evaluate your data, uncover hot-button issues that will get people to respond to your content, and to develop a master growth plan you can implement with or without eLaunchers' help to bring you more business fast. But with all the responsibilities of running an agency like eLaunchers and making sure clients reach their quarterly revenue goals and stay on track to enjoy their best years ever, he can only carve out enough time for about 9 new growth planning calls a month. So again, if this is for you, go ahead and schedule now so you can get started and you don't have to wait in line for no telling how many weeks. The number again is 301-760-3953 or online at www.getgrowthmasterplan.com. That's www.getgrowthmasterplan.com.